Well, it was hard to get. I thought, well, that's so unusual, I want to start of it, but I sure
Uh-huh.
gonna start.
Gee, that's neat. I think your plants are doing good.
How was your show? You went
Oh, it
in
was
first.
very good. It was
Did the kids go to sleep or did they
No,
enjoy
they
it?
loved it. It was good. So tell me about these pictures on your cabinet here.
These what?
These pictures.
Oh, Carmen Louise, that was a gift from them, the computer.
Oh, nice. And is there any story behind the
Oh,
lace?
these, Mother made every one of us kids, 6 girls, a set of this for whatever we had, and I had a machine. This is the one that was on my machine. And at one time when I had the painters there, they messed up the top of this and had to refinish it, and that one disappeared. So I don't have that other one. This was the one that was on my machine that was in my dining room. She made me one for it too, and one for the table.
She tatted this herself?
It's
Or
crochet.
crochet?
Uh-huh.
It's pretty.
But,
Your mother made this?
uh-huh. I don't know if the girls, all of them are gone now but me. But I don't know what they, who has theirs or what.
Okay, now. And how about, who made this? Is this just, is there any
That was
story
given
behind
to
it?
me, that's a store-bought.
Yep, okay. All right.
And the Hummels, of course, come from Germany, but it was real funny. I was going to get them, I went on a bus trip. The first time I went, and I didn't know anything about Hummels. And everybody got off the bus and they were going to go get Hummels. So I thought, well, that's the thing. I'll go get some Hummels for my grandkids. That's what I thought I was getting them for. And I bought these little ones for $2.50 a piece. And
Oh my gosh.
then I didn't give them to you when I knew what they were worth, or how they were getting really valuable. But, and then Carmen Louise sent me, one time it was 3, actually, Louise had 3 of them in a package, and they were broken, and she had them insured for $7.50. And I went over to the post office to collect my, that was right there first, collect my insurance on them, and this guy said, well, I can only give you the $7.50 that she insured them for, and she said, those are worth money. And he showed me, he says, you can glue those, so I took them home and glued them, and I don't even know which ones it was now.
That's funny.
But they had, see, they're easy to break, some of the little deals. I remember one of them, the head was broken off from it. And I just I went and got some special glue. But they've never come apart since then, and I don't even know which ones or where I glued them.
I like the lamp, too. That's neat. And the bookends.
That had a different shade on it when I got it. It was a ruffled kind of fancy thing, but I didn't care about it.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, my last stuff over there comes from, is it Venice? Yeah. Italy?
Like this rooster and
No,
these
that
things,
isn't.
or-
That's a gift. This little deal here, Louise gave me that.
And these things, those are...
But this rooster, when I bought that, I bought it out there on that island out of, where is it? It makes all the glass and stuff.
Oh.
What are these little boats that go out there? Gondola?
Venice.
Venice. And we stayed there all night, and Carmen and Louise were going to meet us and go on the trip with us, and then they went back, and then we met a bus. Went on a bus tour that we already had a reservation for. But this glass stuff, most of it I got. And that rooster, your mother says, I want that rooster when you don't want it anymore.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. What's the story behind these things?
Well, this one, a whole lot of this stuff is things we got in Europe, and that Carmen, I think your mother has one of these too. He bought a bunch of those when he was in Spain, I think.
And just wood, what's that from?
Oh, that used to be one of these things. I got that at the fair, I think. And it used to have these little plants in it, but I never had much luck with growing plants in it, so I just kept a piece of wood there.
The wood is neat looking.
Well, when we made these in Relief Society, why, the woman that was teaching us how to do it went out and got all these pieces of wood everybody in Relief Society made those. And one woman asked me if there was something in our church that she'd seen so many of. And she wanted to know if they meant something in our church.
Some kind of ritual.
Because so many Mormon people had them, I guess, all over, not only just in our state, but
yeah,
people
I've
over
seen them
here,
everywhere.
maybe you've seen them.
Yeah.
And this woman had seen them in so many Mormon homes, she thought they had something behind
So
it.
these are more from the same place.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty vase. Look at your rose, too.
Yeah, these glass things, all of them come from, I think most of them.
I've always liked this thing. I love this. This is so neat the way it's
Oh.
bent in. And it's so thick.
Well, I should, some of you kids that like some certain thing I've got that I'd like to have you have it. I've been given dishes and stuff. But
Well, you hang on
that
to
one
it.
you especially like, right?
Yeah, that one's neat. I bet everybody likes it. Don't worry, we won't fight over your stuff.
Well, I don't think you're going to fight over it, but I'd like to give it to who I want to.
Yeah.
You can give something to somebody, it doesn't mean anything to them at all, and it goes out in the trash.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to do that.
That one's really neat. I like that. Now this, I remember this.
Oh,
This is
that
from
was
your
our golden wedding.
Yeah. Remember that? That was fun.
Oh, and this wood thing, I had fun bringing it.
Mhm.
That all come apart, and I brought it back in my suitcase, laid it in between
Oh,
my
really?
clothes.
From where?
Louise and I went to, it was in Germany too, but it was a bazaar that the
Mhm.
church had, and they had a lot of these things,
Uh-huh.
and I thought that was such an unusual piece.
Yeah.
And then when I got it home, I had a hard time assembling it. I didn't remember, so I just had to put and do
Yeah,
it.
looks pretty good. Like a flower arrangement, huh?
But I thought that was such a pretty thing,
Uh-huh.
or different.
Yeah, it's really unusual. Now, well, here's some pillows that you've made, right?
Yeah.
And is there any story behind this painting here?
No, that's one I just picked up because I wanted.
Liked it. Let's see.
Yeah, remind me. I didn't know this is what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Take pictures of different things.
Mhm.
One time, Ivan and I took a lot of pictures around our place in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'd go sit down and take his, he'd take my picture and I'd take him and I'd go stand up by, I remember
Oh,
one was
that's a
standing
good
up at
idea.
that divider.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where those pictures are in some of my stuff around here.
That's nice. We did that too at our house before we moved from LA. I
Oh.
took pictures of the kids in the different rooms because you want to remember how things were, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's nice for the next generations to.
Well, I ran on to one of these
see.
things that when this woman sold my house in Phoenix, the write-up she put in the paper and told about my house, why. But it was the things that she elaborated on it. But it was like everything was.
Uh-huh.
But she'd build it up a lot. So it's amazing what she can.
That's her job. Now these, what are these from? Do you know?
Those come from, I think those come from Spain.
Hmm.
So many of these things that, and some of them I picked up when we were over there, down like, you know, how you do when you're traveling.
Mhm. And these are real.
Yeah, those are from Esther's garden. She just keeps me in them every, what's it, a bird of paradise go on, and I said, just wow. There they are, I'll get some more. I get 3
Beautiful.
at a time.
Gosh.
She's got this great big bush, and I love them, and they're a perfect color for in here.
Mhm. And this vase, is there any story behind the vase?
Well, that vase is a friend of mine whose husband traveled a lot of that is a special, where is it? Anyway, I was taking Zola. She's the youngest sister, Hugh B. Brown, was a very close friend of mine.
Zola? Oh.
Zola Harris.
Huh.
She was Zola Brown.
Huh.
And she was the youngest one in the Brown family. And I'd take her flowers, and I said, oh, it's the prettiest vase. I can just stick anything, kind of a flower in it, and it looks pretty. And the very next day, here her cleaning girl come with that vase to me. And she said, I want you And so I called Zola on the phone and I said, "Oh, Zola, I love to bring flowers to you." And I said, "Keep it and let me bring flowers to go in it while you're around." And she said, "I may not be around very long and you may not get it." So anyway, I've enjoyed it too. Because you can just put anything in it no more.